Good morning, or perhaps good luck, to anyone waking up in this city today. Viewers, what you're seeing right now is not just rain. This is a city under siege. The streets of downtown have vanished beneath a churning, muddy sheet of water. In every direction, motorcycles are fighting for their lives, their engines sputtering as they push against the current. Riders lean forward, gripping their handlebars with white-knuckled hands, hoping, praying, to make it just one more block. But for most, the fight is already lost. Overhead, the sky is heavy and bruised. The rain pounds so hard it feels like the clouds have cracked open, emptying everything they have. Almost every vehicle you see is frozen in place, trapped, powerless against the flood. Before dawn, there was a brief, deceptive calm. The rain eased, and for a moment, people believed the worst had passed. But when morning light finally touched the streets, the truth was impossible to ignore. Water still filled every lane. Dozens of motorcycles had been carried away during the night, now lying scattered and lifeless in the middle of intersections. Switching to a live feed from an underground parking garage, what was once a place for safety is now a trap. Water is charging through like a runaway freight train. Men cling to safety ropes tied to concrete pillars, inching toward an exit while the current claws at their legs. Below them, dozens of cars attempt a desperate escape, their wheels spinning helplessly as the flood swallows them. From the air, the scale is staggering. The entire downtown grid is gone, replaced by a brown, restless ocean. The occasional rooftop juts out like an island in the storm. And from the edges of the city, we're seeing footage that is almost too much to process. Cars, entire homes, and massive tree trunks floating down the swollen river. On the riverbank, villagers risk their own lives to help others, using long bamboo poles to pull people to safety. In another scene, an excavator's bucket becomes a rescue lifeboat, lifting a stranded resident out of harm's way. The fear here is not subtle. It's written across every face. Onlookers stand motionless, their eyes fixed on the water as if watching a wild animal they cannot control. The wind knocks over rows of motorbikes. Branches snap. Debris whirls through the streets. And yet, miraculously, officials report no confirmed serious injuries so far. Still, the danger is far from over. The current grows stronger by the hour. The rain refuses to stop. And with water pouring into homes along the main road, the mission has shifted from getting out to simply surviving. And I have to ask you right now, if you were standing knee-deep in that icy, rushing water, knowing it might rise higher any minute, what would you grab first, your valuables or your way out? Tell us in the comments, because that is the decision people here are making in real time. We're back live, and if you thought the situation was bad an hour ago, brace yourself. It's worse. The storm is relentless. Sheets of rain now slash sideways, driven by winds strong enough to topple entire rows of parked bikes. At street level, the line between road and sidewalk has vanished. Everything is part of the same swirling, debris-filled current. In the southern district, rescue convoys are inching forward, headlights barely visible through the curtain of water. Behind them, residents wade waist-deep, carrying plastic bags stuffed with whatever they could save before their homes surrendered to the flood. We turn now to the riverside. The destruction here is beyond words. Roofs cave in with a deep, cracking sound before being swallowed whole. Each collapse sends waves rippling through the crowd. Some scream names into the wind, others stand frozen, unable to look away. Mid-river, vehicles bob like bath toys, slamming into each other in the current. The terrifying truth? Some of them may not be empty. Under an overpass, men cling to concrete pillars, the current clawing at their bodies. A construction crane swings its cable toward them, their only way out. And it's not just water doing the damage. Winds are tearing through the outskirts, toppling trees and snapping power lines. The threat of fire hovers in the air, even as the rain pours down. Yet, amid all this, some families remain inside their second-story rooms, cooking meals above a rising indoor tide, holding on to normalcy, even as the floor beneath them becomes a pool. The instinct to help is everywhere. Strangers lock arms to form human chains, guiding the elderly through waist-deep water. Children are lifted onto makeshift rafts, fashioned from refrigerator doors and wooden planks. Rescue workers, soaked to the bone, charge into the flood again and again, knowing each step could sweep them away. But not everyone can be reached. Cars vanish downstream faster than any boat can chase them. Bridges tremble under the relentless force. The roar of the river swallows every voice. Now imagine this, you're waist deep in that current, a wall of debris bearing down on you. Could you keep moving forward? Could you push towards safety? I want you to think about that and share your answer in the comments. And yet, in the middle of this nightmare, hope begins to surface. Rescue teams from neighboring provinces arrive, their orange vests bright against the gray chaos. Inflatable boats dart between rooftops, lifting children, parents, and grandparents to safety. Cheers erupt when a diver resurfaces cradling a small child, alive. Villagers form a chain to pass food and blankets to those still trapped. Construction crews turn excavators into rescue tools, lifting people from second-story windows. From above, you can finally see movement. Boats, flashlights, and waving hands. The storm still rages, but so do the people. They cling to one another, to hope, to the promise that when the sun returns, they will stand together on dry ground. And here's what I'd like to know from you. If you could send one message to these families right now, what would it be? Drop it in the comments. Let them hear you. Let them know they're not alone. This is not their ending, just their hardest chapter. In the days ahead, waters will recede, roads will open, homes will rise again. The same hands saving strangers today will rebuild tomorrow. From this flood, they will rise. And when they do, it will be proof that even nature's fury can't break the human bond. One last question before we close. If your own town faced a disaster like this, would you be ready to help a stranger? Or would you wait for help to come? Let's talk about it in the comments.